You're in a relationship, but you feel like something's missing. You still laugh together, spend time together, you still show up, you still say, I love you. But deep down inside, something feels off. Something's missing. And it's not that you stop loving or caring for one another, it's just something they're feeling. And that's something, that missing piece, that unspoken. That's what I like to call the missing percentage that can sometimes be a problem in a relationship. It could be gentleness, kindness, attention, words of affirmation, feeling seen, feeling heard, or even intimacy. And the truth of the matter is, most relationships don't fall apart because of one big thing. They fade because of small pieces that quietly go missing. A compliment here, a touch there. Moments they used to say, I see you. But now they say, I'm busy, I'm tired, or scrolling on my phone. That's how emotional distance began. Not from absence, but from neglect. You see, every relationship has a percentage that goes missing over time. Maybe it's respect, maybe it's affirmation, maybe it's appreciation, quiet time, or physical connection. And when that percentage stays missing too long, a person starts looking for it somewhere else. Not always consciously, but emotionally, physically, a drift happens. A coworker who listens, a friend who compliments them, makes them laugh, a DM that makes you feel seen. Because the heart doesn't always cheat. Sometimes it starts with wondering or question. And it's rarely about cheating. It's about craving what you're no longer receiving. And it starts subtly, starts quiet. You tell yourself it's harmless, it's a season. But then those small disconnects begin to stack up. You used to talk for hours, and now you're talking drive-bys. You used to touch without reason. Now even hugs feel like effort. And touches are ignored. You used to make love to connect. Now it feels like a distant memory. And when it does happen, it feels like an obligation or duty. And what few people realize is this: when physical and emotional intimacy fade, temptation can manifest not only as a person, but as distance, loneliness, fantasy, or pornography, or as a memory of receiving that missing piece from someone in their past. You see, even scripture warns us about this. Scripture wisdom reminds us that when couples stop coming together in unity, they make room for temptation. When affection dies, when frustration grows, when touch disappears, so does security. Most people don't drift because they're weak. They drift because they've been starving emotionally for something so long that even crumbs start to feel like a meal. And that's why this missing piece this missing percentage that I'm talking about matters, because what you ignore, someone else will eventually notice. When something's missing, it's easy to think we'll find it somewhere else. We think the missing percentage is waiting in someone who listens better, smells better, dresses better, flirts, says all the right things. But that's not connection. That's a replacement comfort. And it's the illusion of fulfillment, because people outside your relationship see your best side, not your everyday side. And that's why new attention feels so good. It feels powerful. And not because it's better, but because it's lighter. And why is it lighter? Because it doesn't carry the weight of the work needed for your relationship. And yes, that 10 or 20% that's missing in your partner might show up somewhere else, but what's missing in you will follow you right there too. The thinking is that completion comes from finding someone new, when it really comes from choosing to rebuild connection where you are in that relationship. You see, when a part of a relationship goes missing, silence becomes the thief. Because silence breeds assumption. Assumptions breeds distance. And distance breeds temptation. And again, I wanted to make a point of saying this isn't just about sex. It's about being seen. It's about being heard, being present. It's about saying, I still matter to you. You still matter to me. I still choose you. And when couples take intentional time to reconnect emotionally, physically, even spiritually, it's like a reset to the heartbeat of the relationship. The heartbeat. Because when two people reconnect physically, emotionally, spiritually, they close the gap that temptation tries to widen. They narrow it. They rebuild trust. There's more understanding. There's peace. Peace through the presence of being together. That's what keeps temptation out. Not necessarily fear, but fulfillment. You can't pray for intimacy while ignoring connection. And you can't expect closeness without contribution. I want to say that one again. You can't expect closeness without contribution. Love stays alive when both parties choose to keep showing up fully, consistently, and intentionally. As I said, every relationship will face a season where something's missing. It's inevitable. It happens. But love isn't proven in how perfect your percentages are. It's proven in how you respond when you feel like something is off. Do you retreat in resentment and selfishness, or do you move toward restoration? The work of love is a work of awareness, noticing what's missing, naming it, and then nurturing it back. And sometimes that means holding space for one another. Sometimes it means praying together. Sometimes it means something as simple as just putting those phones down and turning toward each other. When you neglect connection for too long, you don't just lose touch. You lose your closeness. You lose trust and eventually desire. But when you choose to come back not out of duty, but out of devotion to one another, you close that gap. So my plea is, before you seek out somewhere else in thinking that you can find something else, think about this. There may not be a problem with the missing piece. It just may be an invitation. So I solicit to you to look inward, to turn toward each other daily and with intentionality. So before you search for whatever's missing somewhere else or throw the relationship away, ask yourself, have I stopped showing up where I'm needed most? And what have I stopped giving that I still expect to receive? Think about it. Sometimes the missing piece isn't lost. It's just misplaced in the busyness and in the chaos of life. The goal isn't to find someone who feels 100% of you. It's to find a relationship where both people keep filling each other every day in small, intentional ways. Family, if this spoke to you, I want you to please share this with someone who needs a reminder that their relationship can be rebuilt. And if you're learning how to reconnect, I want you to subscribe to Soulful Conversations for more conversations like this one. I look forward to talking with you in the next conversation. We'll see you then.